Hey everybody, this is Grayson from iMark Interactive. I've had a lot of people ask me lately what they think about the theme Acabado. So this was created by the guys at Income School, which are very good at creating niche sites. So they found that they didn't have a theme that was just built to be fast. So what they did is they spent several months, I believe, and with developers and created a theme, and they named it Acabado. So, as somebody that plays with themes all day and fixes a bunch of stuff, I figured, the best way to see what's up is to test it. So, what I did is I bought the theme, and I figured I would show you what it's about, how to install it, and basically the overview of the theme and how I feel about the theme. Now, this is not a review of Income School or the guys behind Income School. I think they're great. This is just about this theme and what I think about it and the flexibility and customization that comes along with it. So follow along with me, and I'm going to kind of show you how things look, and then I'm going to take a break in the between and kind of install a bunch of plugins that people normally have, and then we're going to kind of see where it goes from there. So I have basically spun up a WordPress install on my Cloudways account. So this is a fresh WordPress install with nothing on it. So if you are somebody that is just starting out, you would go through this exact kind of process. You would install WordPress, and then you would install this theme and kind of like import the demo and kind of run it that way. If you are somebody that has already been on WordPress and you have a bunch of posts and stuff like that, you would install the theme the same way I'm going to, but you would not do the demo import because that would be kind of a mess and it would add a bunch of stuff that you do not need. So in my install, I'm basically going to go to Appearance, Themes. I'm going to go Add New, Upload, and then I'm going to get it from this folder, and I'm going to install it. Then I'm going to activate it. So once you activate it, it's going to tell you, hey, you need a valid subscription because this is a paid theme. So go down here to Acabado Manager. I'm going to put in my email address that I used to purchase it. This should activate it and let me use it. Now, there are a number of plugins that it says, hey, import these or use these. So I'm going to begin installing plugins, and I'm just going to let it run. Short Pixel is an excellent image optimization plugin. I recommend that anyway. And they use this kind of to optimize. Don't worry about these warnings. This kind of block storage on my server. And then I'm basically going to activate these. All right, so the main thing is the one-click demo import we're going to want to do. So what you see now is once you installed Acabado, it's going to put in these custom post types: book reviews, product reviews, recipes, video reviews. These are things that they have added into the theme. You are able to turn these off if you don't do book reviews, product reviews, recipes, or video reviews. As you see, when you first activate Short Pixel, it asks you for an API key. I have one, but I'm not going to put one in because I don't really need that for this. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to go to Appearance, Import Demo Data. And of course, you have this nice big old thing from Short Pixel. And I'm going to hit Import Demo Data down the bottom. Now, I will say, when I tested this on another install, the way this theme works is that if you're not following directions, it will prompt you multiple times to do what you're supposed to do. Now, this is in a case of you uploading images and stuff like that in the theme settings. If it shows you, hey, this is the size that you need, and you try to upload something different, it's going to say, nope, not going to let you do it. So you just have to be very cognizant when you're going through the setup that you pay attention to the image sizes that they tell you to upload. While this is importing, I'm just going to pause it. And, oh, never mind. Already back. That was easy. So This plugin is basically done, and what you can see if you go to all posts is they basically gave you a couple of posts, and this hello world is the first one that comes in WordPress. That's blank. So you'll see now Acabado settings down here, and so we're going to kind of dive right in. You'll see the logo for the optimal size is 480 pixels in width, and then between 240 and 480 pixels in height. So if you do not have a logo that size, you need to upload one, or you need to go crop it, whatever you need to do. So I'm actually going to upload an image here. I'm going to upload one of our logos here. And I'm going to do the same thing. So the favicon is a 40 by 40, and it won't let you use something else. So just make sure that you have a 40 by 40. So what this does is to show the primary navigation on the desktop. Actually, let's hit update real quick. Kind of show you what we got going here. So this is the basic rundown of Acabado. Now let's go in here real quick, and I'm going to trash this hello world post. So it's not showing. As you can see, it's very basic. You got a menu, you got a search, you got your logo, you got a sidebar, you got a footer. They do have an HTML sitemap, which I think is pretty unnecessary. People don't really use HTML sitemaps anymore for a page. It's completely unnecessary to have a HTML sitemap, in my opinion, but it's there. Privacy policy, always good to have, and about us, always good to have. So what you'll do is you'll go down back to Acabado settings. If you want to show the primary navigation, instead of this hamburger menu, you can show the actual navigation. If you don't do book reviews, uncheck. If you don't do product reviews, uncheck. Video, uncheck. This anti-bounce typically has a box at the top of the page. Instead of a pop-up, you can do like a little opt-in, something like that. Whatever you want to do, it's basically up to you. If you want to show entry meta on your post, so this is basically who the author is, you can do that. They do not recommend comments. Now, this is really personal preference. Some sites do not have comments enabled because of spam. Some sites love their comments, especially recipe sites, food bloggers. They typically have comments enabled because people talk about their recipes, they rate them, kind of stuff like that. So this is up to you if you want to turn it on or off. If you want to show the featured images at the top of the post, you'll do this. You see a custom CSS box. This is for all your custom CSS if you understand CSS. Custom JavaScript if you need tracking tags or stuff for email programs, anything like that would go in the header or footer depending. They have some ad spaces which you can deactivate. And then the icon label, which right here says menu, you can change the name to something else if you wish. Now remember, always hit update. Now you'll see that the home page is extremely basic right now because I haven't set it up. See, there you go. Here is the bounce thing. So you'll see that right here. Now, based on what I can tell, there's really no way to change this. It's basically the text where it links to, and that's about it. And it seems to only link to a popular article, so you really can't really use it for anything but that. You can change your colors. So button background color, text color of the button, dividers, headline colors. If you want to change the headline to, red or whatever you want to change it to. Body text colors, link colors, whatever hover, and then once you do the home page, you'll see all this kind of stuff. So you can change the background of the anti-bounce, but it doesn't look like you can hit the, you can change the stop. So let's update that. And then what I'm going to do is, in order to have a home page, you have to go into Pages. Let's see if it actually has it. It does have it. Okay, so it built it in the demo. So you have to have a page called Home, and then you go down to Acabado Settings Homepage. Let's say you want to display the hero section, and it's going to give you hero copy, button text, and then the button link. And then the hero image says upload an image exactly at 1200 by 400. Let's see if they gave us one. See how it all says restricted? There's one. So if you don't have it the size that you need, it will restrict it, and it actually kind of blocks it out. So that's kind of a cool feature. So you only can pick the ones that kind of goes. So we'll use that. And then there's a featured tiles. You can do 2 to 6. And this is kind of nice. So this is, you can do a custom image if you want, and you can link it anywhere. So if you wanted to link it to a category, or even if you wanted to link it to maybe your shop, or maybe even an affiliate offer or something, you can do it like that. As it says, make sure the image is 1200 pixels by 800, and it'll compress the versions automatically created. It'll be doing that via short pixel. So if you have the API in short pixel, it will compress. Since I'm not uploading anything, I'm not dealing with it. So it'll allow you to pick out of the custom post types. It'll allow you to pick which ones you want to show in the recent articles. So right now we have 3 of the displayed featured titles, and if you wanted to add more, you just hit this. But we're going to hit update. And here we go. So this is basically what your site will look like. This is most of the customization. Now you can go into sidebar again in the Acabado settings, and you can change the About Us and have an image and a copy, and you can do a link basically to the page. You can do legal information. You can have your sidebar ads. Now this is, if you're like with a ad company, they would do their sidebar ads and stuff like that in here. And then you have your SEO area, which is a little bit strange to have Google Analytics here, because Google Analytics is not considered search engine optimization. In my mind, that's just tracking. It's just web tracking. They also have a XML sitemap that comes with it. So it's already kind of built in. And so they have the site title and site description, which will basically be your homepage information. And then they have a link to the online tutorial. So when you're looking at this and you hit, we'll see this. So this is basically the layout. You have your blog post title. You have your entry meta. So basically, this is the category and the name, the author. Now, what I did find is that you can't change the link of that author. So you can't tell it to link to like your website URL that you have. A lot of people like to link that to their About page, which is a good practice. You also don't see the post date or the updated date, which in my mind has become actually a good thing to have. Google likes to see the date, and so people have been doing when it's published and when it's updated, you'll see that a lot. This does not have that. And I know we all talk about having, posts that are evergreen, but Google's not stupid. So they can tell when these posts are published, and it's nice to show when it's updated. And I think readers kind of like that, especially if it's something that you have on there and you constantly update, maybe for each year or something like that. So you'll see the headings in here are, basically normal. The font size is pretty good. It's a good font size. Nothing nothing spectacular in size of font. So, this looks like it's a 16 pixel font. I know for a lot of themes that we deal with, or a lot of sites we deal with, we're up in a 17 to 19 pixel, depending on the font style, as a way to help with ad RPMs and just readability in general. You will see the author bio. Since I don't have anything filled out in my user profile, it would be here if I did. You would see it here. Then it has recent content on its own, and that's basically it. From what I can tell, you cannot turn this off, this author bio. You can't turn the recent content off. That's also kind of just a thing. I don't know how this is actually pulling. So this is really a bare bones type of site. So if you are focused strictly on content, then this is kind of the content. Like this just focuses on content. That's all it does. There's nothing fancy about it. You're not going to get lost in customization and trying to figure out how to place things and all that kind of stuff. This uses Gutenberg. It also is compatible with page builders like Elementor, Beaver Builder, and like Thrive Architect and stuff like that. If you wanted to build like a really nice custom homepage or something like that, you can do that. But if you just wanted to get a site up and you wanted it to be fast, you can do it with Acabado. Now, they tell you it's all about page speed. And for them, it does go fast. I will give them that. It loads fast because there's not a lot of JavaScript running, all that kind of stuff. There's 100 on mobile. This is on Cloudways. Now, if you have a really slow server, this could be a little bit different with the first Contentful Paint and stuff like that, but this is 100 out of 100. We'll test a blog post. I'm sure it'll probably be also 100 out of 100. Now, remember, this is bare bones. There are no plugins really on here that affect front speed. There's really nothing there that'll affect it. Now, what I'm planning on doing, and this is a test that I'm going to run with you, is I'm going to go install a bunch of plugins that people use normally on their sites. So this is going to be basically what a lot of people that we deal with have on their site. So we're going to pause this for a minute. I'm going to install the plugins, and then we're going to kind of look at it a little bit more. All right, so we're back. Installed several plugins, kind of some normal plugins that a lot of people have. Now, I don't have ads to put on this site, so I can't put anything from like Monumetric or AdThrive or Mediavine or even Google AdSense. I don't have it set up. This is just a test site. So when you put ads onto a site, it's going to get slower. That's just what ads do. Premium networks have the ability to defer them for mobile speed, so that's good, but if you have ads, you will see things get slower. So we added like some comment spam, Elementor if you want to do page building, Social Plug for social sharing, Updraft Plus, WordPress security, WP Recipe Maker for recipe cards, WP Forms Lite for contact forms, and Yoast SEO. Now let me discuss one thing before I move on about the SEO. Acabado has built-in SEO features. XML sitemap, metadata. So if you go to a post, and we'll edit it, you will see that they have a couple of things here. So this is basic Gutenberg. This is Yoast, so disregard that for right now. So they have the meta description, which goes in the Open Graph tag. So they do push Open Graph into the source code. You can no index the page or post, basically not have Google or other search engines add it in. And you can also do a hidden Pinterest image, which a lot of people love. This is the same feature of Tasty Pins or Scriptless Social Share, Social Plug Pro, Social Warfare Pro, and several other things. So you can have your metadata, and the meta title will be whatever your blog post title is. So they already have this in. And so why did I install Yoast? Well, plain and simple, I am a believer that SEO information, metadata, open graph should not be in a theme. The reason I believe this, it doesn't matter what plugin you use. It could be Yoast, it could be Rank Math, it could be SEO Press or anything. The reason I believe this is you will have a very hard time trying to move this SEO data out to another theme if you decide to change themes. The beauty of a plugin and the whole reason why we have plugins in WordPress is because you can move your site to a new theme and all of your SEO data is still exactly where it's supposed to be. In this case, these are custom fields. So you're going to have to basically port them over into another theme, or you're going to have to port them over into an SEO plugin. This is a nightmare, okay? This is the whole reason why a lot of people don't recommend you ever using Genesis built-in SEO features. You can't take that with you somewhere else. If you want to use some other plugin for SEO, because typically like Yoast, all-in-one SEO, all these have a lot more features than what this is offering in regards to SEO optimization. So I would never recommend ever using a theme to handle your SEO. You're going to have a nightmare if you ever decide to move themes. And let's be honest, people change themes all the time. So let's not feel like Acabado or anything that you're going to have is going to be the last theme that you ever have. That just doesn't happen. So this is something that I usually tell people, and I will say it here too. Do not put your SEO data into a theme. I don't care what theme it is. Do not do it. Put it in a plugin. Find your favorite SEO plugin and put it in there. It will save you so much time and energy down the future. You will probably thank me. So do not use this SEO feature. I do not know how to disable it at this point in time. There's probably maybe a filter or anything like that, but right now, there's really nothing in here that allows you to do it. So let's basically test in PageSpeed Insights again. I'm going to assume there's not going to be much movement because, we really just put some basic plugins in and kind of ran it. And I will say my server's running a little slow right now. I have a little bit too much going on there right now, so it might be, yeah, we got an 86 now, and actually that's mostly mine. My Cloudways server's not responding very well because we have too much going on it right now. So this is mostly mine, but it's still an 86, which is really good on mobile nowadays. So this is with everything on. Again, not using WooCommerce or any type of e-commerce on here. Don't have ads on there. Don't have external scripts for, like ConvertKit, ActiveCampaign, Drip, stuff like that. Don't have pop-ups. There's a lot of stuff on here that we do not have that a lot of people use. So, but this is still getting an 86. Which is really nice. So this theme is well built. I'll definitely give them that. What I do not like about it is that it has almost no customization besides colors. You'll see under Appearance and Customize, you can change the Google fonts, and that's only because of a plugin. But all you have is menus and widgets. That's it. There's no other customization on here. They even took out the additional CSS field inside the customizer, and they put it in their theme. One thing I do not like about that is that you now can't do CSS customizations in the customizer and see it changing before your eyes before you hit publish. So unless you know exactly how to do CSS, that's kind of I think that was a going backwards moment. The additional CSS feature was really nice in WordPress because you could edit, you could basically edit the CSS in here without publishing and see the things change, which was really nice. You cannot do that anymore. It has to be done in the Acabado settings under Acabado settings. So you have to do it in this box. So you have to understand how to do CSS, and basically you're going to go back and forth, trying to make sure you get it right. I think it should be left in the customizer. That's how it's been developed, and it shouldn't have been pulled in here. So you really only have one widget area. That's it. You have one widget area, and that is right here. It's the sidebar. So that goes below everything else in the sidebar. It'll go down here. So, I mean, you can add whatever you want in the sidebar. So, I mean, I'm just going to show you kind of where it goes just by doing that. You know, nothing much. It's kind of just like this. So, you know, that's basically it. If you want a theme that is fast, doesn't give you a lot of options or you get overwhelmed, I think Acabado could be a good one for you. Now, it is a paid theme, and it's $50 a year, I believe, or $99 lifetime. They put 100 years on there, but that's pretty much lifetime. So you would get updates. If you did the yearly, you'd get updates for as long as you paid. If you did lifetime, you'd keep getting their updates, and typically that's going to be bug fixes or new features that they come up with. Now, in regards to this, a fast theme, I think if you wanted a fast theme that has a lot more customization, I would probably recommend Astra or GeneratePress. Those are two free themes that have pro add-ons, but they have a lot more features. Astra and GeneratePress both have hooks, so you can hook data in to multiple places all throughout the content and out the theme. So you have a lot more features, and I think the whole reason Acabado was created, in my mind, was more for the affiliate niche site arena. It's about the content. That's all the focus is, and it really is nothing else. You know, the theme basically looks just how it looks, and it gets them where they need to go. If you want a theme that has very little customization, and I will hate to say it, every site's going to look exactly the same. Besides the color combinations, every layout that uses this theme is going to be exactly the same unless you understand how to do theme editing. And if you do that, you would need to make sure that you create a child theme first and backups, and then you would have to go through and start cutting and putting in information that you want in the theme. When you start doing that, you kind of break apart the entire point of the theme. It doesn't give you a lot of customization because it keeps it fast. If you start doing a ton of customization, you don't know what you're doing, you're going to have slowness. So, all in all, not a bad theme. I think they did a great job. I think there are some other, I think they can go a little bit further with the customization that they allow people to have. Maybe, I mean, not a ton. You don't want to throw a ton of nuts and bolts in there because that just overwhelms people. And then you give too much, it causes slowness, more code, all the good stuff. So I think they did a good job. Do I think it's a theme that you should run out and pay for? Probably not. I would probably recommend GeneratePress first or Astra as free themes. Play around with those, get comfortable with those, and see if you need something else or less. If you like the layout of it and you like the customization that we kind of showed, you know, I would say, hey, if you're gonna pay a bit of money, pay the $99 and get a lifetime, and you own it. I mean, you can use it on every site that you own, you know, with one license basically. So you really $99, and you don't have to, you know, that'll pay for itself after 2 years. You know, it could work for you. I don't know. You know, it depends on how you like things. I will say, you know, Short Pixel, you know, they basically almost require it in this theme. Just note that it is a paid plugin. You can get you get 100 free image credits per month. Just note that an image credit is not an image that you upload. It's every image that you upload plus the images that WordPress creates based off of that one upload. So depending on what plugins you have and all that kind of stuff, you could only be able to upload like 5 or 10 images per month before you have to have paid image credits. It is really cheap. It's a great plugin. I do recommend it. But for the Acabado theme, really, I don't know. I'm glad that I tested it. Can't say much about the page speed. Impressive. I think that'll definitely change when you start putting ads and all that kind of stuff on it. To sites that we've tested that are using it are not this fast. There you go. There's a 93. So much better. Yeah, it's still kind of bad on the server response time, but still got a 93. So, you can't lie about the speed. They did the job there. But you can get really great speed with GeneratePress as well. It just depends on how much customization that you want. Now, if you're really focused on content, go with Acabado. But if you want just a little bit more customization, and just a little bit more, and not have your site look exactly the same as everybody else, this is gonna look exactly the same as everybody else that uses it. Then pick a different theme. But for $50 a year or $100 lifetime, you could pick a lot worse. So if you guys have any questions for me, let me know in the comments. You can check us out at imarkinteractive.com. Again, hopefully we can do a couple more of these on some other themes, but it was a pleasure kind of ripping through Acabado, and I do give a shout out for the Income School guys. I think you guys did a great job. I didn't mean this to be harsh or anything like that. This is just honest feedback on the theme.